Hey everyone, I wanted to highlight something that is a problem, a potential problem with TSM and crafting. One thing I noticed early on is that I was accidentally crafting stuff that I already had one of the items of, and I wanted to, and a easy way to show you how this is. It's sort of a bug, but maybe it's intended. But I've created 100 of these Tide Spray linen bracers, and TSM is reporting to me that I have 17 in my bags and 50 in the mail. The problem is I created 100, so uh, the ones that are the 39 or so, or the other, I guess it's 33, that are in my mailbox that my mailbox can't see more than 50 at a time. So what TSM is reporting is like, oh well, you don't have 100 of these. You only have 67. So if I go to my crafting operation, my crafting group, and I say, hey, craft me the stuff that to restock my bags, and uh, what TSM does is, oh well, you don't have 100. Maybe let's say, for example, I always wanted to keep 100 of these, which I don't. But uh, for example, uh, if I said, hey, give me restock these to 100, um, it wouldn't see these others that are kind of lost in the mailbox. So then it would uh, pop up in the queue to craft 33 more of them. The problem is they're in your mailbox. Now, when you go to start auctioning off your crafted items, you need to make sure that you've either posted them all to the auction house, or you've at least gone through all your unseen mail to for TSM to recognize that, oh, you do have that item in stock, so don't restock it. So when you hit the so I showed in a previous video on like engineering, kind of how to restock stuff. So when you actually go to hit that restock button, you want to make sure that you've gone through all your mail, and it actually wouldn't hurt to go and look onto the auction house, to get on your auction house mount and look at what auctions. So I would, well, you don't, if you don't have an auction house mount, that's fine, but at least go to the auction house and take a look, have it kind of scan through, uh, so TSM is aware of what you actually do have in inventory. And so what I did more, and probably even more recently, I've done it, but is you'll go and, hey, I've sold a bunch of stuff. I'm not really keeping track of what all I've sold, so hit the restock button. And since I don't post stuff from my tailor or my leather worker, I send it all to an alt. Uh, what happens is you'll end up getting these duplicate items, and one thing I should probably stress, and maybe I'll do that in another video, is you really only want to create one of an item, unless there's maybe like Tide Spray linen bracers. Maybe if the sale rate is maybe 10 a day or something like that, then yeah, you might want to create more. Um, but yeah, you want to try to avoid creating duplicates, or creating more inventory than you really want to be posting on the auction house. And one of the big problems, and you can probably see here, is bag space. You don't want to fill up your bags with stuff that either is not going to sell, or it's not going to sell as quickly as you'd like it to. So that's one thing to keep in mind, and I've made that mistake multiple times, and I end up, luckily, a lot of the stuff will eventually sell, but I've got you know a couple of guild banks full of items that I just accidentally made a duplicate item of, and plus that wastes. You've got resources that you could use to craft other things, and then that means you're going to have to go and maybe farm a little bit more. So just kind of a long video to say, hey, don't do this, but just keep that in mind when you start crafting. Another quick thing to do is you can set up mail services. So I've actually got a group set up. So when I want to send, let's say I've crafted these, I want to send them to my enchanter. So I've actually set these up so you can actually just click that. It should send all of those. So instead of having to go through your bags and figure out, well, what all do I want to send where, you can pre-program it so that maybe it sends all your cloth to one character, or sends all your leather to your leather worker, or however you want to set it up. And it kind of makes things a lot quicker especially when you have all these items in your bag. And I'll be able to show you here in a second. So now TSM is reporting that I actually do have 100 in stock. So that's actually the accurate measurement. So anyway, wanted to point a couple of those things out, and y'all have a good day. Bye.